I am known as the Nameless One. I carry the flame of God. Throughout all of history, the patriarchs of old, beginning with beloved Sonnet Kumara, there have been those who have come forth, proclaiming the word of God, establishing upon earth a new order, new eras of thinking, the ability to expand the conscious awareness and to absorb more of God. I come in the flame of each who have preceded this address as messengers from the great central sun. And I send forth the command once more, let my people go. For it is the bondage of the human creation that does not allow the unfurling of the flame of the heart and the anchoring of God where you are. The action of the ruby ray sent forth from the heart of God will cleave asunder all unreality, all tendencies to entertain lesser states of awareness, of consciousness, attitudes, habits, adopting a way of life that will bring you into the understanding that there is a right way in which the sons and daughters of God are expected to move along the path of the chosen of their own God presence. It is not enough for there to be a continual meandering through the wasteland, always mounting one excuse following another for why there is not an integration with the light of the God presence and the anchoring of the Holy Christ Self in its true office. You are most aware of the 10 plagues, or so-called, that were leveled upon the Pharaoh and the Egyptian people. You know well the history told and retold, first by word of mouth, then ascribed by many, not always keeping to the same exact detail of expression, but nonetheless reporting the very many layers and layers of substance that poured out of the miscreation, the misuse of God's light that was required to go into the flame. The times are no different. And though there are not the orchestrated plagues that you might count or determine by the course of a very detailed accounting, you may look at your own life stream and consider those areas of untransmuted aspects of human creation that you have not put into the flame, not allowed to be changed, have continued to feed the precious perfection of the light of God into and to expand the negativity in the earth. I have come to call to each one to let the fullness of your own God identity be free. For there is a time that comes to each life stream in the earth that a conscious decision must be made as to whether or not you will live a godly life. You will bend the knee in the surrender of all of the human creation into the flame and wear the garments of your own holy Christ self. Or you will continue in the ways of the world, moving further and further from your destiny and the ability to fulfill God's decree for you. It is my office to send forth the word to proclaim throughout the land that a new order has surely been decreed for the earth. You know it already. You have heard the proclamation. But has it truly dawned on your own consciousness that you are to embody that which has been proclaimed? I speak of the I am faith. Throughout the hierarchy, the Great White Brotherhood has determined to send forth those in embodiment in this era that will respond to the I am faith, to hear the inner call, and to submit to the stripping away of all of the lesser vibrations born out of past experiences, untransmuted action and karma, and move within the fullness of that which is the precision of the mind of God, the power of God, and the fullness of love. For you, as a son and daughter of God, to understand fully the heart and allow that heart to function, giving forth the unconditional love that is required. There cannot be any gravitation toward those things that do not vibrate sufficiently within the heart to allow the heart to breathe forth the pure prana of God, to set in motion the creativity of God, and to allow for the protection of God in the earth. When I say, let my people go, I mean very well, let the fullness of your freedom step forth, proclaiming the fullness of your own divinity, and rightly so, exercising those aspects of life that allow you, beloved, to transmute and to change those areas of life that are required. not merely by your own God presence, but by cosmic law. For those who understand the I am faith will know well what it means to love unconditionally, to hold within their gaze the immaculate conception of every ideal outpicturing of God, to have the sense of purity in vibration that does not allow for any lesser vibration to penetrate their vehicles of expression, allowing the fullness of God harmony to be present within their world, to vibrate as the tone of the great central sun expands their own individual vibration to create the great symphony of mankind to bring forth the golden age. You, beloved, have within you all that is required to uphold that of which I have spoken. Hold fast to the heart. Do not tarry in sending forth the sufficient striving of the will of your own God presence to put into the flame and surrender all those areas that you know ever so well are keeping you from fulfilling your destiny. Then as you step forth as the Christ, proclaiming the I am that I am, teaching those who come forth, reminding them of their high and holy calling, reigniting the flame of the desire for God. You then, beloved, will be fulfilling the purpose that God has set forth for you, your own God presence, ratified by the entire spirit of the Great White Brotherhood. You, beloved, have been commissioned to fulfill a work that only you may accomplish. Do not hesitate. Do not forever put off for another day that which should be accomplished in the moment. For no moment can ever be recalled. New dispensations may be required, new opportunity, but a moment lost is lost forever. Understand that when you are called into the service of the Lord, your mighty I Am presence, you are expected to respond not merely within the mind, but with the emotions and the physical body. When the integration of your vehicles are fully aligned in the desire for the fulfillment of that calling, you will be God victorious. You will see the fullness of all that is required of your mission, manifesting the light of God is ever present in the earth. But you, beloved, are called upon to be that light in action and to proclaim the I am faith. I have come in the ruby ray action of the love of God to accelerate the momentum of your surrender of the human creation, and to take within my heart that which you desire to give, and to let go, nevermore to have replayed by the rounds of human karma, but transmuted forever, leaving behind that which is the pure white garment of your own Christhood. I, the Nameless One in the center of the universe, do proclaim this day once more, I am that I am, and you, beloved, are to proclaim the I am faith.